Hi guys, Lisa here from awakenedyoga.ca. Have you ever had a sore back? If you are like pretty much every other human being on the planet, you have probably experienced some form of lower back pain. Well, these next 3 poses I'm going to show you will help to alleviate that. If you do these on a regular basis, I can almost promise that your lower back pain will go away, as long as it's not related to any actual like disc problem in your back. Most lower back pain is actually caused by tension in our legs, which then kind of shifts all the bones and everything around, lots of anatomy stuff, but basically if you have tight legs, you will have tension in your lower back. So what do you need for these poses? You need a blanket. Any blanket will do. I have this lovely gray fleece one. You grab whichever blanket you have. I'm going to use 2 blocks. When I get to the section with the blocks, unfortunately, you will only be able to see me from the lower body down because I cannot seem to get my whole self in the shot with the blocks so you can actually see what I'm doing. So I'm going to use blocks. You can use books. You can also stand on a stair, and you'll understand when I get to the pose and I will explain it to you. That's it. So a blanket or a pillow, whatever you've got hanging around, just grab something. A sweater. Seriously, all you need is something for your knee. Blocks or stairs or books or basically anything you can stand on. That's pretty thick. I've got about 8 inches of height here. So go grab those things and then come back and I'll get started. Alright, so hopefully you've grabbed those things that you're going to need. We're going to start with the blanket or the sweater or the pillow, whatever it was you grabbed for some protection for your knee. And we need a wall. I forgot to tell you that. Hopefully you have a wall where you're practicing these moves. Otherwise you could even use, like I've got a cabinet there. You could use a cabinet. A wall's probably better. Grab your blanket or whatever that was and place it against the wall. Fold it up pretty good. We want a lot of padding for the knee. From here, we're going to come to our hands and knees with our heads facing away from the wall. And we'll start with I'm going to start with my left leg so you can actually see what I'm doing. We'll bring our leg onto the wall. See how my shin is actually touching and the top of my foot is touching the wall. I'm going to keep my leg touching the wall as I slide it down until my knee comes to make contact with that blanket. Now you may have to adjust the blanket a little to get it more comfortable. Now for some of us, this is going to be enough. You're gonna feel a huge stretch here in your quadricep. For some of us, we're gonna have to step this foot forward. So you can step your other foot forward. Now, so many options here. Keep both hands on the floor. Bring one hand onto your knee, bring both hands onto your knee. You're going to feel a very big stretch through your quadricep. So play around with the move, play around with the positioning of your hips, and don't forget to breathe. These are intense. This is intense, especially if you have tight quadriceps. Tight quadriceps can lead to lower back pain, so we need to stretch this out. We're going to stay here for at least a minute. We might have already been here for a minute. Maybe we'll stay a little while longer. And if you're kind of hanging out here and you don't feel a lot, shift the position of your hips and see if you can find the place where it's intense but you can manage. Then just keep breathing. My cat is now joining us for some yoga. She never does yoga with me, so awesome. All right, so now we'll come off of the wall, bring that outside leg down, and then your other leg off of the wall. I'm gonna move my blanket over just a smidge, and we'll do the other leg. So place your other leg, shin right on the wall, top of your foot right on the wall, and then slide that knee down so it's resting. And you get to decide, are you gonna stay here, because this is enough stretch for your quad, or can you step that other foot forward? Once you're there, figure out what is best for you. Both hands on the floor, one hand on your leg, both hands on your leg. This leg today is much, much tighter for me, so I'm just gonna be kind and stay down. You'll notice one side is gonna be tighter than the other. Breathe. The more you can breathe, the more you'll stretch these out. And again, we have to stay on this side about the same amount of time. I don't have a timer, I'm just guessing by kind of the level of discomfort in my leg to see how long can I handle hanging out here before I decide to move. So maybe a few more seconds, a few more nice deep breaths. Awesome. Bring both hands down to the floor if they're not. Bring that knee down and then come off of the wall. You might feel that a lot in your quads already. From here, we'll grab the blocks. I'm going to show you the pose. If you don't have blocks, you can pause the video, go do the pose on your stairs or wherever you're going to do it, and then come back. So again, you're only going to see from my legs down, which is all you need to see anyways. I'm going to place the blocks about a foot away from the wall, parallel with the wall, so the long edges are parallel with the wall. When I'm ready, I'm going to stand up and place my outside leg. So now you'll be able to hear me but not see my head. I'm going to step up with my outer leg onto the blocks, support myself completely with the wall, and then let this inside leg drop right down. So hopefully you can see that this hip is going to kick up. I feel a bit of a stretch here, but I mostly feel a really nice stretch through my hip flexors. There's a muscle in here called the psoas. It's a really big muscle that kind of attaches to our inner thighs, comes up over our hip crest, and then in behind a bunch of organs and attaches onto our lower back. So lo and behold, you have tight legs, tight inner thighs, that psoas can be really tight too. So you might feel tingling in your toes. You might have this desire to like hold that leg up. Don't just let it flop down, let gravity do its work here. That weight of your leg is gently pulling your hip flexors a little longer. Good. Again, we hold this for about a minute. And then we'll gently come down, keep your blocks where they are, and all you have to do is turn to face the other way. So now my other leg, the one that was just dangling, will be standing on the block. The inside leg is flopping down. I'm just letting it be heavy, letting this outer hip kind of kick up so that this inner hip can really drop down. The wall is completely supporting me, so I don't have to do any work to stay up. Another minute or so, let your toes be tingly. These three poses are my very favorite poses. Whenever I get tension in my lower back, these are my go-to poses. Okay, just a couple more breaths here on this side. Trying to make sure we have it nice and even. Awesome. And then we'll come on down off of the blocks. I'm going to move them over and then grab my blanket again. So for this next pose, it is very relaxing. You'll want a blanket or a block, maybe a smaller block to place underneath you. It's called legs up the wall. So to get into legs up the wall, we want to scooch so we're right up against the wall in the shape of an L. So my butt and my legs are against the wall and my torso is resting on my mat. From here, I'm going to roll onto my back, bringing my legs up the wall. Place your feet on the wall so your knees are bent, lift up your hips, place that blanket underneath just to give your hip bones a little break. And then straighten your legs back up. I'm a little bit, there we go, too far away. You want your butt, your sit bones and your legs right against the wall so they're supported. And then just let your arms rest. You can close your eyes here and relax. Try to let your legs relax. They might kind of roll open. And if you have really tight hamstring muscles in the back of your legs, you could bend your knees and bring your feet together for butterfly. You still get the same benefits as legs up the wall, just without the tension on your hamstring. Now this pose you can hold kind of indefinitely. even as long as 5 to 7 minutes, depending on how uncomfortable your legs are. I just finished a 60-minute power yoga class, so my legs are shaking here. It's hard. They don't want to relax. They're really shaky. So just breathe and relax. And then whenever you're ready to come out of this, you don't have to come out yet. Whenever you're ready, place your feet back on the wall so your knees can bend and you can lift up and remove the blanket. Lower back down and roll to your side. Take a moment there, just a breath or two. And then gently press yourself up to a seat. Awesome. Well, I hope that you like those poses. I hope they help. I'd love to hear from you. You can see my email right there. Please contact me and let me know how you liked this video. And let me know what other things you want to see short little videos about. I would love to do some more for you. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.